Hi, it's Lonnie. Welcome to Grace Blossoms for You. This is my third attempt at one video today. Let's hope this time goes better. Alright, so it's springtime, right? It's almost spring. I don't know about you, but I have been really wanting to open some windows. So I thought windows we can do in our scrapbooking as well. And I don't think I've done this before, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this time for sure. And what I'm going to do is make a page window. And I already made some yesterday, but I sewed those. Can't find my bone folder now. Everything is helter-skelter. I don't know. Okay. I actually made one just before I got on here. Before I remembered to press record. And this is what it looks like. So with that one, I'm going to use this picture because I specifically made it for that. And now, because I want to show you how I did mine, I have to pick another laminated piece. So let me see. What will it be? Haha. Okay, it doesn't have to. I mean, I like the other one because it had lots of contrast. But I'm running out of big pieces now. That's a really tiny one. I didn't want to use up all my red leaves, but I might just have to do that. That actually looks like a good one because... Actually, those are both good because they both have plenty of room to spare. I'll do that one though. I like to save some pieces for favorite projects or, you know, stuff that comes along after. Alright, so the way I did my last one, I just basically traced. I didn't even trace it. I just made a mark where the laminate ends. And then I look to see how much room I have on the sides here. So I know on this one, I can go a roughly 1/2 inch or 1 centimeter in from that line. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my ruler and go in about 1/2 inch. And if I keep both sides in mind at the same time, I can do this smartly. Okay, then I just have to make sure it's roughly even. I want it centered, roughly centered in the middle of the page. Alright. And then I can go ahead and erase the outside marks. So I apologize if there's any repetition, but I've already, like I said, tried to record this. And I said some things and I don't know if I'm going to repeat them now or leave them out, but better to repeat, I guess, than to leave them out. And what I was going to say was, I sewed the ones I made yesterday, but the one today I'm going to use Brad's. And did I mention my paper size is 8.5 by 11, and I'm making a page with a window in it. Sorry, I probably did, but when you try so many times to do the same thing. Okay, I don't have a metallic ruler that I can use to draw a straight line, so I'm just winging it here with my X-Acto knife, trying to cut on the line. I know it's gonna be wobbly because it always is. And I didn't draw that line very dark, so one more. Okay, that one's not very straight. I think I did a better job on the last one. It's not terrible, but could be better. Let's see if I can. Not so much. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, then my ink. The ones I made yesterday, I forgot to ink all of them. So, oh well, it's not the end of anything, just a step that was missed. Alright, so before I put the window in, I want to decorate the paper a little bit. And I decided I wanted to use my stamps that I made. There's some new ones I haven't tried yet, like this one. Okay, that's always in my way. I have too much going on here. I'm sure none of you can relate, right? Let's see, are we on the page on the screen? Okay. And again, like if you have seen me before or watched me before, then you know that I like to kind of blend my colors with the inking. I don't like to have just one color. I mean, this page or this stamp kind of mimics the thing I did with my last papers yesterday with those windows. I basically made bubbles on them. Okay, that's enough of that one. I think I want some script too. So not exactly grungy I'm going for, but I do want something going on here. Okay, so that's good for that one. Maybe that's enough. If I ink the outside, I think I need a little something in the corners here yet. That's a new one I haven't tried yet, but I don't think I have room for it on here. I was thinking like a small flower, or how about that shape? That's a leaf I haven't used yet. Oh, we'll just see. That's black and I kind of wanted brown. Pretty dark. It's not too bad. Still want something smaller, but I don't know what. Okay, I made this flower and it didn't really, I didn't even back it, so I wasn't probably going to use it, but the petals themselves kind of look like leaves, so try that. There. That's kind of what I wanted. I'll make the one in this corner a little darker brown. That's the espresso. Okay, so that one I think I'm gonna leave. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm gonna try this one. Kind of look like twigs, don't they? Something like that. I like that one. I used an empty glue stick, and I got this idea from Hazel at Hazy Crazy Arts. I've mentioned her before, and I watched some of her stuff to see how she makes her stamps. So she took an empty glue container and wrapped elastic bands around it, and basically that's it. I mean, I'm going to for sure use that on my jelly plate, but it worked really well here just now, so I am happy about that. Okay, that part is now done, and I am still looking for my bone folder. All right, so we have that inked. Now we just need to figure out the attachment process here. I'm going to make little holes with my punch, and there's a really good placement. That window is small enough. If you see what I'm looking at here, the leaf fits entirely in the window. That is good. And we have about 1/2 inch on all the sides of the laminate overlapping the paper, which is excellent too, because we need to decide where we want. Let's see, will the brads will be shown on the front page. I guess it wouldn't hurt if I learned how to use this, but I want to see roughly where I'm going to do 4. Try and get them roughly in the same place here. Now you could use staples. I did prefer sewing, but I realized not everybody has a machine, so I thought I would try something different. And I've got these teeny tiny little brads. So I also need holes in my laminate, and I'm going to use my awl. Am I? Whoops, I found my needle instead. Good thing I didn't jab myself. Okay, the needle will work. I just want to make sure the laminate is kind of centered. Okay, this is probably the most fiddly part because you want to make sure that your holes are going to match up. And I probably could have clipped that. Maybe I still will. My problem is that things usually work out when I just wing them, and then I'm upset when they don't, but that's gonna happen. Not everything is gonna be perfect all the time, so. Okay, now, case in point here. Not very much room because it shifted on me when I was winging it. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, so I have these tiny little brads that I want to use. Okay, I don't know. That's too heavy now. Oh! Okay, one already hit the floor. I'm glad I decided to use cardstock for this instead of just, you know, copy weight paper. And I wish I had grabbed my awl. Okay, I'm just gonna make these holes bigger because the brad has to go through them, and though they are tiny brads, they're not so tiny. Okay. Of course, that is the one that's right by the edge. Oh, I feel like I'm having such a hard time. Okay, I'm going to put that down. And hopefully this can... Okay, separate those before they disappear. All right, we got one in. And that's nowhere as close. Okay. It's not a problem because I'm gonna cover that laminate up afterwards. So get it through on that side. Okay, that's better. I think the first one was the hardest. That looked nice, I think. Okay, good. Just had to make sure that I had my leaves in the right direction. And I'm going to poke these in. Okay. That doesn't look like I got it in the right spot either. And I don't want the thing to pucker, so I'm gonna make another, whoa, another hole. Hopefully one of them will fit. Okay, I'm not doing a very good job. I apologize. Sewing was definitely easier. And if I hadn't decided I wanted to be all fancy and do it with the brads, I probably would have ended up doing it with a stapler. Maybe I can do one in each hole there. What if I try to split these a little? Okay. Turns out one brad went into one hole and the other, or one spoke of the brad went into one hole and the other went into the second hole. So it's not great. It's gonna be kind of warped. So I'm not sure what the answer is, except that I don't seem to have found it. Alright, so that hole is pretty close. I probably should have aligned the paper and the laminate together in the first place, and then clipped them together so that they were together the whole time, not try to do one after. But live and learn. Okay, so or do it the easy way and staple them. Okay, this, you know, sometimes you try things and then they don't work. I was thinking if I made the paper holes a little bit bigger. Yeah, I just tugged on them a little bit to make the hole a little wider, and then it's now sitting flatter. So, yay, crisis averted. Okay, there's that. Then I wanted to ink the outside of this one as well. And so I'm going to grab my ink again. And I also have an idea for the inside. So you may not have any lace that is this big, but I bought some at the thrift store and I've been wondering how to use it. And so I think I finally figured it out. So for this part, I will use my hot glue. So what I want to do, because I had measured roughly how big I wanted my windows beforehand, I had this really nice lace. And I decided I was going to make like curtains, and I'm going to attach them on top and on the bottom. It'll kind of hide the brads, and then because it's going in a journal, I'm not sure what paper is going to actually be behind there, but this way it will show up regardless. And then on this side, it will hide kind of the windows, and it reminded me of shears in a house. So that's what I'm going with here. I was just wondering if I wanted to cover up the brads with some, I don't know, some tape maybe, just to, so that the lace wouldn't catch. So let's see, what could we do there? Okay, I just remember these tiny little punches I have in here. It could be circles, but I was thinking even just like a leaf. Could be a heart. That's gold though. I don't know if I want gold. There's a butterfly. There's a white heart. I don't know if I want that either. Okay, how about heart there and an orange leaf there? Try that. Okay, I think I'm going to attach them in such a way that they will show through on the other side. Maybe they don't all have to show through. I think that one will be okay. Maybe it's just the leaves. I think it'll be okay. It'll be all right. And two, we could move the brads a little bit away from the window. Okay, a crisis averted. Nice. Okay, so the brad's legs are covered up. So that's fine on that side. Okay, then we can go ahead and put the lace over here. And yes, some of the things will still show, but not as bad. Okay, so then how do we want to place? How much lace do we want showing up over here? I'm thinking of an actual window where there would be more at the bottom inside showing, so maybe like that. And then just kind of like so, and then I need my it's not too late. I got this silicone thing just specifically for this, and I usually forget to use it, so. Alright, so then I'm going to draw another line there with the hot glue and do this again. Okay. There. Now that's not looking super wonderful, I gotta say. It needs something. I think it needs like a page topper on that side. Looks great on this side, but it needs something on this side. Well, golly, now we kind of made a belly band. But I wouldn't recommend using it because it'll probably pull the glue away in time. But what can we do up there? I don't want to do like a paper clip because that will show up on this side. We could do like a little snippet roll. Aha. Remember these things that we made the other day? I made a few of them and I haven't used any. I'm not saying any of them will specifically go with this, but even if I had to make a special one, I totally would. That one's not bad. Kind of like that one. That one looks good too. It's just a matter of what you like at this point, I think. All right. I will, because it's torn over here, I'm going to tear it over here. Ready? Okay, I need some more. I feel nervous today, like I tried to prepare and it's not coming across like I did a very good job. So, sorry. I thought once I had the lace in it would look pretty and the page would be done, but it needs more. All right, I'm okay with that sticking out. And yeah. So I'm gonna just hot glue that on here. Do we want it to be a tuck? I think I'm not gonna make it a tuck. If anything, we could come and put that writing correctly. And then maybe, I was gonna say word tags, but there's already words on there. But yeah, I might actually leave it as a tuck, just in case we think of something else later on that we want to put in there. And then this side is going to be showing. And too, because we're using this and it's got the little doodads on it, these don't look so out of place now. So that will work out well. I'm going to just fill that up so it doesn't, it looks more like a tab than anything else. Okay. So I'm just going to do that. And then stick it on. There, I think that looks a lot better already. I don't really want to cover up the bottom of the lace here, so I think I would call that done. If not, I would probably go down the sides, but I don't know what I would do on there. Okay. That's the one we did together. I think that turned out pretty good, considering that's not what I practiced. I'll show you the ones that I practiced. I didn't use this color paper for one thing. I used cardstock all right, but I came along with bubbles. And how I made the bubbles was with black acrylic ink, dish soap, and water. And then I blew bubbles with a straw. And then I applied it to this paper. And I had my oven on, so I stuck the papers in my oven. And while it was in the oven, it got this brown color. And so it's very interesting. See, if I come along here now and put the lace, somehow that to me is going to look nicer. And I might not have to do the top part, although I could. It would look lovely as well. So, but for right now, I just wanted to show you what I did. And then I would probably try to put a darker page behind or in between so that the lace would pop out as well. Okay, so that's what I did with that, and I did sew them, and I made 4 of them because I like to do more than one thing at a time, because it takes me quite a bit of work to get my sewing machine set up because it's not always ready. So I made a few of them. This paper I had before already. This was not in the oven. This was just the acrylic bubbles. And I really like how that turned out. And so here's another one. This one was in the oven, you can tell, because this one has brown stripes. And you know what I found out when I put these in the oven? Because they were still wet. They actually have a texture, not just of the oven racks themselves, but of the bubbles that were wet when they dried. It's almost like they were embossed. So that was kind of cool. And then, since I was on a roll, I made a couple of flips. So these are half a page, roughly, in size. And then I'm just going to attach them inside a journal and probably washi tape or something like that. And then they can be flip windows. And, I mean, I could make them as pockets too. I kind of like the idea of them being flips though, so I'll see what happens with those. But anyways, that is my project that I wanted to share with you today, and I hope you like that. Let me know in the comments if you are itching to open the windows where you live so that you can let some sunshine in. And thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.